Hi guys, Nick here, and today I have another movie video for you. Movie collection video. It seems you guys liked the last ones of these that I made, so I figured I'd make a part 3, or part 3. Yeah, we'll just get right into it. I'm not gonna waste your time. First movie I have here is Spider-Man 2. It's the only Spider-Man movie that I have for some reason. This is the Sam Raimi one. That trilogy with Tobey Maguire. This is the one where Doc Ock is the main villain. Hello, Peter. Yeah. It comes in this nice cardboard sleeve. Yeah, I don't dislike these. No, I need to rewatch them, I think. It's been a long time since I've seen them. But I don't remember disliking them, or being like, whoa. The Tom Holland ones are more recent in my mind, and I don't even remember the last time I watched the Andrew Garfield ones. Yeah, this is definitely the one with Doc Ock. Very, very lame disc. If you've seen literally any of my other videos with the movies or even the video game ones, you know how critical, is that the right word? How much I critique the disc design. This one's kind of cool though. I love when they do that with like the thing that pops out. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen these movies. The Sam Raimi ones, I mean. Put this back in the sleeve. If I can figure it out. Next movie. Move this off to the side. Jurassic Park. It's just a classic movie. Don't really have a ton to say. When I think of Jurassic Park, I honestly don't think of this one or like any of the original ones. I think of the one with Chris Pratt. I think how many was he in? 2. I think of the first one, where he's like with the velociraptors in the cage there in the beginning. It's like the 3 and they're like surrounding him. That's always the movie I think of when I think of Jurassic Park. But no, this movie is a classic movie. If you've never seen it, it's probably on like those top 100 movies to see lists. Like, you know, like there's like that poster. I forget who makes it. It's like you scratch it off, or like you check it off. Holy sidetrack. I'm sure this is on there. A Spielberg classic. I don't think I really need to say what Spider-Man is about. Spider-Man, the dude who shoots like the webs out of his hand. He shoots it. Well, he actually like has it in his like arm or whatever in this movie. Like it's like organic. guys use like the little web shooter on their wrist. This movie is about dinosaurs. Did I even need to say that? It's literally everyone. Well, maybe not everyone knows that, like the T-Rex scene with the Jeep. Is it a Jeep? I forget. But yeah. Disc disappointment. Just the name. Alright, this is like a... I didn't know I was putting these in the pile. It's a really random one now. Maybe not such a random movie, but the copy I have. Holy niche. If anyone can tell me anything about what this copy is, please do. I think it is a anniversary release of Jaws, and it's all in Japanese. I found this while thrifting, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. Oh, wait, it literally tells me on the thing. The special 25th anniversary collector's edition. Yeah, okay. Maybe I just read the thing. Yeah, I have like a player that can play this, but I don't think it actually runs on most normal DVD players. So yeah, like the whole, it's like English. There's some stuff in English. It's not all Japanese, but I saw this and I was like, I've literally never seen this before. That is super cool. And like, just hit myself in the face. It's got like the scene selection and like some artwork. And then I think that's Spielberg's, another Spielberg movie. I guess we're just on a Spielberg run today. His signature. And then get this in the camera. This thing wants to fall, so like the glue broke. I don't know if I've ever had this before, tried to hot glue it. But yeah, that's the case. I just thought this was cool. As for Jaws itself, the movie's okay. It holds up, I guess. But some of the acting is just dope, boy. I don't mind it, but some people are like, this is a 5-star movie, and you guys, if you've seen my other videos, know my opinions on old movies being rated highly because they're classics, or they were good for their time. I don't judge movies like that. Jaws. Now, I believe this is a collection, if you can, a collection in my collection that I've had for a very long time. This is Shrek, the whole story, for now at least, until they make the new one, because they didn't make one after this one or anything. It's a dope box. It's got literally, I think, every major villain, and such, and then on the back, like, you got the front, and then like the back is like the back. Yeah. Shrek, Mike Myers, classic, it's Shrek. How else do I explain Shrek? It's the green ogre dude who's all grumpy, and he's talking about, ogres are like onions, they have layers. the one with Lord Farquaad. You go to Donkey on the disc there. So this one with Lord Farquaad, and he used to go get Fiona, and they're like, ogres are like onions. You know what I'm talking about. W movie. I need to rewatch all of these, I think, but I can't imagine giving it anything less than like a 4 out of 5 or a 4.5 out of 5. Especially this first one. They're all backwards now. This is Shrek 2. The one with the fairy godmother and Fiona's parents. I don't remember too much about this movie, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, the first one is like always on whatever you're watching, and like TV or something. It's like, oh, Shrek. But it was like, let's put on Shrek 2. So it's been a minute since I've seen this, but yeah, I don't remember disliking this or having any strong opinions about it, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I could tell you a single thing about the third Shrek movie. I literally do not remember anything. About this one. This is with King Arthur. Yeah, I literally don't remember anything about this one, so I know people are gonna say this one sucks, but at least I remember this is the one with Rumpelstiltskin. That's his name, right? Rumpelstiltskin. And the Diderot kid. Oh yeah, and the fat Puss in Boots is in this one. So maybe this one is better than this one, because I actually remember this movie, even though people trash on it all the time. Yeah. We didn't even check out what was inside the discs for the other ones. This one was, we'll guess, Rumpelstiltskin is on this disc. Yep, it's just Shrek. And they didn't call this one Shrek 4, they called it Shrek Forever After. The final chapter, and then they made a 5th one, so. The second one, Puss in Boots. I really like the Puss in Boots movies. If you've seen The Mask of Zorro, I think he's just supposed to, like, that's who he's supposed to be. That was the first one. That was Donkey. This is Fiona. And I really like The Mask of Zorro. And he's kind of like that Spanish sword fighter type. It's like, with like the, you know, the cloak and the hat and all that. If you've never seen that movie, it's a cool watch. An oldie but a goodie. Is that what they said? I don't know. And now I don't know what order he's going. Boom. Now these next couple movies, I'm gonna talk about like 8 movies all at once. First a sip of water though. Okay, when you saw the thumbnail, this was probably the one that stuck out the most, because it is such a big piece in my collection. I think it's the biggest box, like, when you look at my entire shelf. Yeah, I don't think anything comes close, maybe. Sorry, like, hiccup there. Maybe, Shrek or the Star Wars one, I think could combine to make this. This is Rocky. If you've never seen Rocky, I can't really now. We'll just bring them all out so I can tell the whole story. So this is Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then they made Rocky Balboa, which is Rocky 6. And then they made Rocky 7, not really, which is Creed. And I don't have Creed 2 or 3, but I have Creed 1. I don't think you could call these boxing fighting movies. I think you could definitely call, sorry, Michael B. Jordan, I think you could definitely call Creed a boxing fighting movie. I think that's why I like these for different reasons. If I want to go watch some life lesson with a boxing theme, I don't know what you call it. This is about like life lessons. This is about boxing. If I want to go watch a movie about boxing, I'm watching this. I'm not watching these. But yeah, we'll put Creed off to the side. Its own beast. Now, when I first watched this movie, Rocky 1, I didn't think what I just told you. I thought this was a boxing movie. And I was like, that sucked. I just watched this whole thing for him to fight, like, for 10 minutes at the end of the movie. What the heck? These are tough. You got Mick and Rocky there. Kind of talks about going the distance. It's like the theme of the movie. Talks about like Stallone and like what it took to make this movie. Bro was broke and put everything into making this. Sold his dog, and then bought his dog back later. But yeah, it's not about, boxing and winning. It's about going the distance and like proving you got what it takes in life to make it. And that kind of leads into the second one, I guess. I think right now, Rocky 2, when I watched these, I didn't like this because, he like, I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending is the ending, and it's not as cliche as you would think it is. And that's kind of why I didn't like it. I was like, well, that was stupid. And I like this movie more because it has the ending I was expecting from this one. But I think if I go back and watch them both right now, this one will fall out of my top 5, and this one will take its spot. This is currently my top 5. I still really like the movie. It moved down to like 6, and this would move up. But this movie is about, proving you got what it takes in life to go the distance, yeah. It's kind of tough to say what this one's about. I would say it's got to be something about, believing in your skills and, not doubting you have what it takes to win. Now, this is where, in my opinion, they get bad. And by bad, I mean mid. Rocky 3. I wouldn't even check out the disc for this one. This is, for some reason, backwards. That's because there's nothing on this disc. What the heck? Oh, because there's a side A and a side B, so there's no top or bottom. Mr. T in this one. This is the one where he's just taking a bunch of easy fights and then he kind of gets whooped in the beginning. That's like the first 5 minutes. I'm sorry I spoiled the first 5 minutes if you've never seen this. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I lost the title. And then Apollo is like, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Yeah. It's tough. You'd have to like give me some good time to think about what the message of all of these is. Maybe this one would be like, don't settle. When you reach the top, don't settle for what you have. Like keep striving for greatness, even when you reach the top. There you go. I think this one's easier to figure out. Now, people want to say this one is the best Rocky. I'm going to tell you, you're out of your mind. This is not the best Rocky. It's either the first or the second one. This is third, though. I'll give you that much. This is the one where he fights the Russian dude, and he says, if he dies, he dies. There you go. What's his name? Drago. Yeah. This one's not that bad. He fights this Russian dude, and the Russian dude, like everything he does in his training is like a test. He's got all this fancy machinery, all his stuff tracking like his VO2 levels, his heart rate. He's got like the best gym equipment, and Rocky has to go to Russia or whatever for the fight, and he's like, alright, what am I gonna do to train? Because they gave me nothing. So he just starts like running in the cold and the snow and like doing like all these like weird pull-up things in this cabin. But yeah, I think the message of this one would be like, don't overcomplicate everything you do in life. Maybe. I mean, if you know like how the movie ends, look who wins. Now this one. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know. This one just sucked. I'm sorry. What were we doing in this one? I can barely remember anything about this movie. He's got like some like son. He's got a son, and he's got like his adopted son. I guess it's like going about what, like going back to your roots. And you know, no matter how big you make it, you gotta stay true to yourself. Something like that, maybe. And then Rocky Balboa. This one is like you're never too old to stop chasing your dreams. This one's easy. I don't know what they were doing in this one. It's kind of mid. Sylvester Stallone's old as frick in this movie. Well, not really, but he's getting there. Definitely too old to be fighting. And yeah, it's kind of mid though. And then they were like, alright, Rocky is done. I just realized we didn't check out any of the other discs. For 4. Alright, that one is also tied for worst disc. I'm always afraid to do that too close because I think it's going to be too loud. This one is Rocky and the kid, his like adopted son, Tommy. This one's just the cover. Okay, I just got interrupted like 4 times trying to explain this movie, so I'm going to explain it in NBA terms now. This is Creed. Apollo Creed's son, Adonis. And he's like Bronny James. And his dad, Apollo Creed, is like LeBron. And Sylvester Stallone is like Steph Curry. And he's like, yo, I can't live my whole life in my dad's shadow, so please train me, Steph, and make me a pro baller, even though like I can already hoop. And Steph's like, sure. And yeah, I just explained it in NBA terms, but it's about this dude Creed, and he boxes, and with the help of Rocky as his teacher. So Rocky is a teacher in this movie now. Good boxing movie, like actually like if you like the training parts and like the actual fights of Rocky, then watch these movies because that's what these movies I feel like are. They're still like a lesson or like a message about something. Obviously that's like the case with most movies, but in these that's like especially the point, I think. This one's obviously about legacy and like, you know, stepping out of like people's shadows, because this dude's dad was a like legendary boxer, and he's got to make a name for himself now. I would say the second one is my favorite. The third one's okay. If I had to give a ranking, I would say it's probably Rocky 1 and 2, somewhere at 1. Then probably Creed 2. Then Creed 1. Then Rocky 4. Then Creed 3. Then Rocky 3, 5, 6. I don't know if you got all that, but that probably took up like a third of the video. Now, I'll save that one for last. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with that one. This next movie is my favorite movie of all time. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, and I think it's gonna be really hard for me to put into words what the message of this movie is, because there's so many. A silent voice. Yeah, this is probably my favorite movie of all time. Either that or John Wick 3. Serves a completely different purpose. Then they're not competing with one another for that number one spot. They can both be number one. It's okay. I really like this movie. I know some people might be turned off by, you know, it's anime. Relax. Not all anime is weird. I won't say it's not all weird. There's some weird shows. This is kind of like what's supposed to be on the back, I guess. When I got it, it came like that. I just kept it and put it in the thing. It's got like the actual disc, and then it's got like oh, this is the Blu-ray, and this is the DVD. watch it. And if you don't like anime, still go watch it. There's a dub. I don't think I've actually ever watched the dub. I've only watched it, like, listened to it in Japanese, and read the subtitles. I'm not gonna get into all dub versus sub. This is not the place to argue about that. Certain things I watch in the dub, like One Piece. If you think I'm reading 1,200 episodes, you're out of your mind. I'm just reading the manga at that point. I'm gonna listen to that in English. Granted, it's like behind right now, I think. I'm not completely caught up. I'm in Wano. Sidetrack. But back to this movie. I would say there's too many theme message things in this movie for me to talk about. I think the biggest one is probably about, I guess, just being kind to others and being kind to yourself. That's an important one too. Those are two different messages, but I guess the power of communicating your feelings with others, and not shutting people out, is another big one. Very sad movie, but it has a happy ending, or a good ending. I don't know if you can call it happy, but yeah, I really don't want to talk about the movie too much itself. It follows this dude and this girl, and he bullies her in, like, elementary school for being deaf, and then she leaves, and then they meet again in high school, and yeah, that's like the premise of the movie. And this dude is like tormented by what he did to her in the past. Yeah. So all I'll say about the movie. I love it. Alright, now for this last movie, my take might offend some people, and by some, I mean a lot. I honestly did not care for The Godfather. It insists upon itself, in the wise words of Peter Griffin. This movie is mid at best. I watched the whole thing. I don't think it's fair to say a movie is bad or good if you haven't watched it all the way through. I watched this movie just to say it was mid. I don't understand what the hype is, except for like the last 5 minutes of the movie. Please, someone in the comments, educate me on why this movie is good, and maybe I'll change my opinion. I just can't wrap my head around the hype. It's like everyone was like paid off by the directors of this movie to rate it so highly, and then everyone else is just like, that movie wasn't good, but everyone says it's good, so it's good. I've heard nothing but good things about this movie, and watched it, and it was like, wow, that kind of sucked. It's not. I won't make like the sound effect because it'll probably scare people, but it's like, okay, it ain't all that. The last 5 minutes though were like, whoa, that's pretty tough. But it does not excuse the rest of the movie. I heard the second one was better than this one, but the third one has sucked. I can only imagine if I watched the third one, I'd probably like lose my mind. It'd be like watching paint dry. Yeah. I just don't understand the hype for this movie. Someone in the comments maybe can tell me otherwise, and I'll hear you out. But I honestly did not care for The Godfather. this is the disc. Alright, I almost just broke the case because I didn't realize it has these locks. How to close. It's just the logo, but the logo is that. Lame disc for a lame movie. There, I said it. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. If you really like this movie, I'm sorry. I don't like it though. We can agree to disagree. Into the pilot goes. So, yeah. That's all I have for this video. I hope you found it relaxing. I hopefully didn't offend you with my take on that last movie, and maybe you found something to watch. But I'll see you next time. Bye.